Okay, yesterday I was talking about psychedelic drugs, and today's topic is um, psychedelic users. Psychedelic users. What do I want to say about psychedelic users? Totally. Um, okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, this is the book Transcending the Levels of Consciousness, The Stairway to Enlightenment by David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD. You can read Dr. Hawkins' books, watch his videos, and practice what he teaches you. It's not that thick of a book, the print is, it's not terribly small. It's pretty easy to read. And then you have the Richard Alperts of the world. He was the LSD guru who was kicked out of Harvard University. I don't know, he had some tagline about drop acid and drop out of society or something like this. And people who, they call themselves woke. It's like poor grammar for awakened. And they are telling everybody, I got woke dropping acid or doing mescaline or DMT or ketamine. I got woke. Now I know the truth. What does psychedelics really show you? They can show you a carnival of images. They can make your reality really weird. You can have bizarre experiences. But what do they really show you about truth? Dr. Martin Ball is actually, like a PhD, and probably at some university in California. He's a professor. In his books, he talks about doing lots of, it was either 5-MeO DMT or DMT, and he said, if you want to reach God, just drop DMT. Just go to Burning Man and sit in your tent and just keep doing DMT. This is the philosophy of the acid heads, whatever you want to call them, psychedelic psychonauts. The idea that you can find truth in a psychedelic pill. And you can't convince these people that they are hopelessly lost, because you cannot reach enlightenment with drugs. You can have some incredible experiences, but you cannot say that you have reached anything at all using these drugs. And these people are putting it out there that yes, you can. You can take your psychedelic and then you're going to be like Jesus or Buddha. And this is a huge lie. Among, on a planet of liars, it's just one more group of liars. If you want to go the way of Buddha, you gotta follow the way of Buddha. And everyone knows Buddha sat in meditation for a hell of a long time under the Bodhi tree after he tried a whole pile of other methods. And I can't recall if it was ever said that Buddha took some kind of psychedelic substance, but perhaps he did. I don't know. All I know is sitting under the Bodhi tree, he was not dropping acid, he was in deep meditation. So the pathway to truth is not a shortcut by taking some pharmaceutical pill or some pill you got from a street drug dealer or some substance that you personally cooked up from psychedelic plants and made your own homemade brew. You cannot find truth in these things. Truth comes to those who do the inner work. Period. And people who seem to have amazing enlightenment experiences when they're young were doing a lot of work on themselves in previous lives. That's all it is. It's the same story for whatever endeavor you're doing here on planet Earth. If you want to get good at something, you've got to do the work. So, for all those psychonauts out there, you need to get a copy of some David R. Hawkins books. You need to lay off of the booze and the drugs and the bullshit put out by Dr. Martin Ball. Have a ball with Martin Ball. Bring your own DMT. It's expensive. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and regardless of who granted a PhD to Martin Ball, in my opinion, he's a fraud, a shyster, and his way of doing, dimethyltryptamine, DMT, to reach enlightenment. And then, I talk about other paths. I emailed Dr. Ball, and I was talking about another path. And Martin Ball said, "Oh, that author is a fraud." The truth is that there's more than one path. There's Bhakti Yoga, which is service to others. There's a lot of different kinds of yogas. There's many ways to get to Rome, but the idea that you can just take a pill or a substance and you can become Buddha is not true. It's not like you're going to do, like bhakti yoga for a week and then you're going to become an enlightened being. It doesn't work that way. We're working with consciousness. And again, it's just like never-ending difficulty with people who just continually spout lies. And when you spout a truth, they immediately say, "No offense, dude, but, no one has a bad trip. They're really rare." And that's what I got. And I looked at the guy's picture, and he looked like he was about 70 years old. So, truth be told, just because someone is aged doesn't mean they have wisdom or truth. There's plenty of old codgers who are directly going right back to the reincarnational recycling bin, and they're going to come back as a basic stupid human in a stupid family because they made no progress in this lifetime towards higher consciousness. That's what happens. Either you go for it in this lifetime or you're going to come back as a frog. You just have to read the Tibetan Buddhists. You just have to read them. They are experts at this. And I was reading another book, a sample from Kindle, somebody talking about old souls, and they, categorically stated, once you start incarnating as a human, you keep coming back to being a human. Why do you think that, sir? Well, I wrote it down. It must be true. I'm sorry. If you're going to go with anybody who knows about reincarnation, you go with the Tibetans because they study it for every lifetime. These monks, they study this stuff from the time they're about 6 years old, right through till when they drop the body and they go again. So if there's anybody that knows about reincarnation, go with the people who spend lifetime studying it, not some jerk who's just, you know, I'm just going to write this off the top of my head. It gets very frustrating because there's so many truth tellers. Put them in parentheses, truth tellers, bullshit artists. Bullshit artists just spreading gossip, garbage, stupidity, lack of intellectual rigor, and just general laziness. It's tough out there, folks. Stay with me.